Episode 2 of Season 2. Megan, what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about why your products aren't working.
What products?
Skincare products and even makeup.
Even makeup products. Okay, the two go together. So makeup usually doesn't work because the skincare is wrong.
True.
So they do go together. Okay, so wait a minute though, because makeup is immediate, right? You put it on and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Right.
Whether with skincare, you gotta have some trust in the product.
Right.
Right?
But it's kind of like oil and water
Right.
with makeup. So let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
So why would your skincare be working and now it's not working?
Okay, so what happened to my skin? And now it's not working anymore.
So it could be environmental changes.
Okay.
It could be your diet. It could be stress.
Okay.
Your product could be oxidized. So
Okay,
maybe if you left the product open, or opening and closing jars
Yes.
oxidizes, brings air into the product, things like that. That affects the efficacy of the product.
Okay.
So on the other side of it, your barrier could be damaged, which your barrier is the base of your skin. And products can't perform correctly.
So do different products, let me think. You guys, this is a question you may have too, because I really don't know nothing about barrier. So are products designed to be effective only over the barrier? Do they go through the barrier? How does that work?
Yes. Both.
Both.
Yes. So there are products that can help to build your barrier, to repair it
okay.
as well. So sometimes skin becomes reactive instead of responsive.
Okay.
So let's say someone like me, my skin is very reactive, but that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily sensitive.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, the skin reacts to whatever. It's not sensitive per se.
Right.
But it just reacts to changes, new ingredients, new routine, the environment.
Yes. So I am constantly red. That's just what I am. And if I was to use like an enzyme or a new product, my skin would just be red. Like even if I was to scratch my neck, that's just how my skin responds.
Right.
And
because it's reactive
yes.
to whatever.
And that doesn't mean that it's injured or burning. It's just that's how my skin reacts to it.
Okay, so there are products that work on the barrier, through the barrier, repair the barrier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So obviously all the changes that this barrier can go through will also change the efficacy of the products.
Yes.
Because if my barrier is compromised, for example, but I don't use a product to repair the barrier, maybe the product I'm using is not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. You're just going to continue to diminish your barrier.
So how do you know what's the status of your barrier?
So if you start to use active ingredients and they burn, or your skin turns red, flaky, looks rash-like, then that's how you know your barrier is compromised.
Huh. Interesting. I didn't know. Well, then, makeup goes hand in hand, because if the barrier is compromised and they get red, flaky, whatever, then the makeup is going to look exactly the same way.
Right, yeah.
If they have flaky skin, they have flaky skin. If they have dry skin, they have dry skin. If the barrier is compromised, there's no amount of makeup that will ever camouflage that or make it look better. Makeup, it's always just a vehicle and pigment that we put over the face, on top of the face. If the top of the face, if that layer is compromised, then the end result of the makeup is going to look compromised as well, meaning it's not going to look as flawless as it would be if we're working on a perfect skin.
Yeah.
So several reasons why skincare products may not work. I have another question. So can skincare products actually hurt the skin in general, or they're just not effective?
Oh, they can definitely hurt the skin. So, for example, a couple weeks ago, I tried a new retinol product.
Okay.
My skin does not like retinol.
Okay.
I damaged my barrier then. I had a rash-like situation going on my chin. I was peeling, it was burning with anything I put on it. And it was also kind of right here in my
The smile lines.
the smile lines too. So I had to really step back on what I was using. I did not use any active ingredients, no exfoliation, just really moisturized with some gentle moisturizer, and had to kind of start at baseline and repair my skin. So no retinol for me.
No retinol. I don't think I ever used it on myself. Did you put it on my face?
No.
No. No, so I don't think I've ever used, I do have some, what they're called, enzymes and fruit acids.
Yeah.
That's, that's as far as I've ever...
Those are good exfoliants.
Yes, I do like those. The bottle says it may tingle. They don't tingle to me, so... but I like them. Then I feel like my skin is a little smoother after I use them.
So how I like to explain enzymes is it's like Pac-Man for the top layer of your face. So they just eat off the top layer of dead skin.
Okay, cool. Yes, I can tell. When I use them, I can tell that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Which you guys, unfortunately, I'm not consistent with things. So I like things that give me a result in me that I do and see. So that's a type of product that I have repurchased over time because they work immediately. When I wash them off, I'm like, oh, yeah, I feel smoother now.
Well, and that's kind of where manual scrubs come into play, too.
Right, too.
Yeah, you can do that.
So, okay, other things, why they don't work. Can we, in skincare, mix wrong ingredients or ingredients that don't go well together?
Yes, you definitely don't want to mix retinol with other active ingredients.
Okay, why not?
I think retinol is the main one because they can over-exfoliate the face. They can cause burning to really damage the skin.
Okay, so you need to know what you're doing with skincare because you can really damage the skin.
Yes, and really retinol and vitamin C as well.
Vitamin C is very popular. It's in every skincare product.
Yes, but we have been seeing a lot of sensitivity to vitamin C lately, and we think that it's the L-ascorbic acid.
Okay.
And that's just a form of vitamin C. So there's different forms of vitamin C, which one of our guest speakers coming up is going to talk about.
Oh, cool. I'm so excited to have guest speakers. I cannot believe that.
We'll learn more about vitamin C, but we have noticed a sensitivity to that, and we're thinking that it's more of an environmental sensitivity.
America.
Yes, and that's something that we all need to be aware of because our environment is changing, and pollution, the air quality, everything, and that affects our skin because our skin is the largest organ.
Yep, true. I remember that. I learned that, you guys.
Yep.
I think, very interesting. So I don't, as you know, I don't use a whole lot of skincare, you guys, very minimal. So I never really caused anything on my face, but I've definitely heard of stories of people just mixing things together because they have them at home. And then they're like, wow, my face was burning or whatever. I'm like, yeah, pretty sure you were not supposed to mix those two.
Right. And you really want to know how to layer skincare as well. So,
okay, yes, I've heard that before.
Yes.
Tell me more.
When you're applying skincare, you apply it lightest to thickest or thinnest to thickest.
Okay.
So that's why serums are typically a little more on the thinner side.
Right, they're more watery.
Yep, and they're more concentrated so that they're going to penetrate down deeper, and they're a little bit more corrective as well.
Okay.
And then you put moisturizer on top of it. But on the other hand, if you're using a retinol, which I don't, you're going to apply the retinol first because the retinol is most active.
Okay.
So there's a few, little rules with that.
Okay. So it sounds to me like if the products don't work, it's because the person using them doesn't really know how to use them.
And you need to go see an esthetician.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with this. It's way more important than what people think.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of same goes with makeup, but with a lot of skincare available to the public. You just go and buy it. So I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily think that skincare is made with active ingredients.
Well, and all these influencers out there saying, buy this, not that, this worked for my skin. Okay, well, my skin isn't like your skin. And then you walk into Ulta or Sephora and you see all of this out there. Like, I even get overwhelmed going into places like that. So, and you know, you can get anything on Amazon. So
Yep.
if you don't know what you're doing, then it can be very overwhelming.
Yes, and the same goes with makeup. You know, I think I said this before, but people always ask what's the best foundation. There's no best foundation. Depends. What do you want out of the foundation? What skincare routine do you have, if you have any? What products do you put on your face, if you put any? Do you wash your face? You do not wash your face? You know, do you have a primer that you like? Do you like? You know, there's no best because everybody's different and everybody's skin is very much different. Also, you know, with makeup, you always have to consider the client's skincare routine, because if they show up, you know, and they already have some skincare on, well, then I need to know what they put on their face, because whatever makeup product I'm going to put over, it's not guaranteed that it's going to work with it.
And you know, you have to have conversations with your clients on what their commitment level is.
Right.
So basically, sunscreen is a non-negotiable, because if you're not going to wear sunscreen, then I'm not helping you at all. The treatments that you're going to do here in the treatment room are going to cancel it out.
Right.
Sunscreen.
Lucrezia is a terrible client. I've never wore sunscreen my whole life. I do wear sunscreen if I lay outside. I do that.
Okay.
When I get in the pool, you know, I put sunscreen.
Yeah.
But I don't wake up and put sunscreen on my face. I've never done that.
It's okay. We'll work on it.
Look at me. I'm 40 years old.
Good genes.
That's what you Americans like to say. Anyway,
But
sunscreen aside, yes, if they don't follow whatever you tell them to do, then anything you do in the room kind of like gets wasted, like it's pointless.
And so if you also are trying a new skincare routine and it's not working right away, you kind of have to be patient, because our skin runs in cycles. So
okay, so let's say I buy a new product, a new skincare product. How long should I try it before I'm like, yep, this ain't for me?
you need to try it at least, I would say, 30 days minimum.
Consistently.
Well, depending on what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So a cleanser, you should definitely see a difference or feel a difference in your skin within the first 3 to 5 days.
Okay, so give me an example.
So an oil cleanser for say. So oil loves oil. Everyone should be using an oil cleanser, whether you're oily, dry, aging,
I do that.
acneic.
Are you proud of me?
I am. So you should feel your makeup just dissolving,
Yes.
emulsifying, and I actually think it's really cool. I like to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's why I like oil cleansers, because I wear a lot of makeup. So
Yes.
oil cleansers, like I really feel like they're melting and removing the makeup from my face.
they are. And then, so on that note, you should just feel smooth and a little bit moisturized after you do the oil cleanse. And then after that, you should do a second cleanse. And then you should almost feel like squeaky clean. You know that feeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. That's what I do. I always use an oil cleanser first, or I use a balm sometimes. If I have a lot of makeup, then I use a balm to remove the makeup.
Yeah.
And then I use an oil cleanser to clean my face, and then I use a regular cleanser to wash off everything.
See, that's why I don't like wearing a lot of makeup. That's a lot of work.
So if it's just like my normal day makeup, then no, I do the oil cleanser and then wash my face off of the cleanser, basically.
Yeah.
But if I wear like a whole lot of makeup and a whole face, then I do a 3 steps type of thing, which I always thought that that's what people do normally, but then I learned here that it's not as common.
So now that Korean skincare is becoming very popular, I think that the multiple step process is coming back, because they have about a 10-step process.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
you know, us Americans, we're kind of on the lazier side.
Right. Everything quick.
Yep.
Done and easy. Done quickly and easy.
But I really think that it's taken off. And we should have an episode on Korean skincare.
Okay, that's another thing. She comes up with ideas every 30 seconds. What was I gonna say? Okay, so I buy a new cleanser, I start using it, and then I should feel a difference in like 3 to 5 days. I should be able to tell.
Yes.
So let's say I buy a new cleanser, I use it, and then when I dry my face, it feels tight, and I don't like it. That means it's not the cleanser for me.
Not necessarily.
Oh.
So that just means that it's removing. It might just mean that it's removing too much oil.
Okay.
But then that's when we would supplement a serum. And I'm not just trying to sell you products.
I was just about to say, is this a money grab?
I can see it in your face.
Like, wait a minute, okay.
But that's when we would implement a serum, or if you didn't want to go that route right now, we would implement a moisturizer. One thing I love about skincare is, okay, this is how I describe it. Stick with me here. It's like going to a buffet.
Okay.
You can pick something from here. You can grab a thing of mashed potatoes, like a serum. You can grab a salad, so that would be like an SPF.
Okay.
You can grab, you don't have to eat the same thing every time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's why I have 50 bottles open and
No doubt.
and I use a drop of each every other day.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's not a cookie cutter type of thing for every single person. And when you're developing a new routine as well, you don't have to buy all the products at once. Once you run out of the products that you have, you can just piece them in. I'm not one of those people that'll sell you, here you go, here's $500 worth of products, and I've never been that way. People like that make me so mad.
Right, because I guess it's because of the way you approach your job, work ethics.
Work ethics. But I also want my clients to trust me and know that I'm not just there to take their money.
Right. And not everybody can afford, $500 of skincare all at once.
Right.
So we saw different ways as of how they would not work. They could not work with makeup for the same reason. We thought we had the other episode in season 1, you guys. If you haven't watched that episode, go back and watch it, where we talk about skincare versus skin prep.
Yes.
Because that is very important. It kind of ties in with this topic as well.
So let's go over this again. Let's recap that episode. Can you wear sunscreen under makeup? Or should you wear sunscreen?
Nope.
What might it do if you wear sunscreen?
Yes, depending on the type of sunscreen. If it's the sunscreen that bounces off light off of the face
Broad
instead
spectrum.
of absorbing the heat, that type of sunscreen can bounce off also strobe lights, artificial lights. So while it's not, the problem would not be perceived with the naked eye, if you're going to get your headshots done, for example, in a studio, please do not wear sunscreen, okay? Because it can create that, which means that the picture, you look much more pale and kind of washed out. Because the sunscreen reflects, bounces off any sort of ray lights, sun rays, but also artificial rays. So.
Okay.
That's why, I'm probably the only one person that dares to say that, but you guys don't wear sunscreen. Okay, this is very specific for anything that's going to be photographed, okay, or in video.
Okay.
So if you're just doing your makeup to go out, if you're just doing your makeup, to go to dinner, if you're not gonna be in front of actual artificial light, like these strobe lights here, there's a continuous light, or could be a strobe light or a flash. Well, then the problem doesn't really exist, because the eyes will never perceive it.
Okay.
The problem exists only for lights. So that's why.
Okay, perfect.
Another problem with SPF, some SPFs, you guys, are very rich in silicones.
Yes.
Makeup is rich in silicones. An overload of silicones means the makeup is not going to stick to the face. So if you put a foundation over an SPF and it starts peeling or does weird things, it sticks to the brush or to the sponge, or it lifts, doesn't stick to the nose, you have too many silicones on your face. Half of it comes from the SPF, half of it comes from the foundation. So either you switch to an SPF that has less silicones, or you use a makeup product that has less silicones, because you just have too much. The problem, if you use a foundation that has less silicones, it's not gonna last as long as you want it to last. So You always in this industry, you always have to choose on what hill you want to die, and then and then you go with it, because you cannot have a full face of makeup that looks like you have perfect skin. Like that's you know, like to have the most flawless makeup, you have to have the most flawless skin, and really people don't have the most flawless skin, like we, you know, either because of phases or we're women, you know, with our cycle and everything, the skin keeps changing. So you know, like just decide what's the most important thing for you and go with it. Unfortunately, we can't have everything.
We can't have it all?
Nope, apparently not. I was told we cannot.
Well, Disney lied to us.
Definitely. It was a scam. But you know, it's I think like people know this but don't really want to accept it in a certain way, you know. So often, like, people, the general public would be like, oh, I went to see the esthetician, she did the facial, nothing changed, so I need to go somewhere else, you know, or whatever. Like, you guys know that that's not how it works, but it's much easier, you know, to put the blame onto the product is not good quality enough, the esthetician didn't know what she was doing, or the makeup artist used the wrong product, you know, rather than just accepting and acknowledging that we can't have it all. And
accepting responsibility.
And accepting responsibility
that you have to do some of the work on your own.
Yes, especially for skincare.
Well, and that's another thing with my clients. I'm very honest, and I say, if you're not going to do the work at home, just like the SPF thing, then what I do in the treatment room isn't going to benefit you, so you might as well just not even do anything.
All right.
Because, yes, I love the money, but I want, you know, the benefits as well, and I want my clients to benefit from it.
Right, it's pointless. Also, something else that's very important, why the products may not work, is if people are not consistent.
Right.
Because, you know, people go see, this is how I would be, for example, okay? I get excited for my appointment, I go to the esthetician, I buy the products because I'm excited. The first 3 to 5 days, oh my God, I have the new products. And then, you know, then life starts lifing, I don't have time anymore, and I forget, and then one night I'm really tired, I'm falling asleep on the couch, so I don't do what I'm supposed to do, you know, and then you're not into the routine of doing, and then you're like, oh, remember I bought that moisturizer from Megan a month ago? Well, it didn't do nothing. Right, okay, so how often did you actually apply the moisturizer?
Yeah, or, you know, it's a true sign when your client comes in every month and then they're there on the 4th month and they still have the same products and they haven't purchased more products. You're like,
yep.
You're not using that consistently.
Right, you're not using that consistently. Yeah, true, that is very true. I'm terrible at that, for example. Because I love trying new things, you know, they have different smells, different textures, different things, but I don't stick to nothing. I'm serious, I have a whole ledge of skincare in my bathroom, and every day I grab something new.
True, I mean, I'm bad about it too, but I am pretty consistent morning and night. One thing that I did start doing was, as soon as I get home from work, I take my makeup off and wash my face, because sometimes I do get so tired that I'm like, oh, I don't want to wash my face.
Right.
But, you know, that's just you have to develop those habits.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I wash my face before going to bed. I don't remove my makeup as soon as I get home, because if we go out to dinner, I still have my makeup on.
True.
But I definitely wash my face every night. Wash it, balm, oil, and then regular wash. Actually, I just bought a new one. We'll see. From Ulta, it arrives. La Roche-Posay.
I love La Roche-Posay.
I do love me some La Roche-Posay. They're French, so I do like their products. I like their cleanser. I like their cleanser because, okay, since I use if I do the balm and the oil cleanser, then there's all this stuff on my face and I can't wait to take it off. And La Roche-Posay cleansers, I tried a couple of their lines that they have, but they clean my face, remove all of that oil, but then my skin is not tight by any means.
It's the blue one, right?
Yes,
the Tolerine.
Yep,
yes,
the Tolerine.
So good. Oh, La Roche-Posay, if you'd like to sponsor us, let us know.
Yes, let us know. We're open to sponsorship. Send us some products to try, and then we can make an episode.
We can review them.
We can review them. Also, they also have my favorite and probably one and only that I ever use, 50 plus SPF for the face.
Whoa.
Yes, because it is a 50 plus SPF. And what I like about it is that it's the consistency, the texture of that thing.
Okay, come on, the Roche-Posay.
Yes, so it is. You know, the 50s usually are very thick. Like you have to spread that thing on. You know, and then you're white, and if you're not white, you just feel it. I cannot stand that feeling. Whether this one by La Roche-Posay, even though it is thicker, it spreads on the skin more like a gel.
Good.
So it's my favorite. So La Roche-Posay, send me some. Okay, we're gonna talk about you. La Roche-Posay, sponsor us, please. What else? So several reasons why the products may not be working. Several reasons why makeup and skincare may not be working. We talked before about skin prep. That's a whole other thing. That would be all your primers. So you guys, you know, if you're trying to figure out things to improve your skin and your makeup game, there's only one thing to do, and it is reach out to us because we'll help you.
A licensed professional.
Right, licensed professionals, you guys, because, you know, we both went to school for our own trade. We've been practicing for a long time, and there's so many variables to skincare and makeup and skin prep and the end results that figuring out on your own, if you don't know what you're doing or what you're talking about, can be dangerous in the sense that you can ruin your skin, your skin barrier, or, you know, it can be frustrating because you're trying to do your makeup and nothing works. Okay, so sometimes, you know, invest in education with your trained professionals, licensed professionals. We're here to help you guys. Very important.
Yeah.
So
and we're also teachers.
And we're also teachers. We're also licensed instructors.
Yes.
Wow. You guys. That's a whole other topic.
We wear a lot of hats.
Plenty of hats. Okay, well.
So with what you've learned today and what I've learned today, what if your client said, or if you had a friend that said, my product stopped working, so I need stronger ones?
No, they don't need stronger ones.
Yes. Right on the money there.
Yep.
Good.
They absolutely don't need that. They need a routine. First, they need to see a licensed professional. So you go and see Megan. Megan tells you what to do, and then you stick to it. Sorry, but there's no other way around.
I love telling people what to do.
Yep, I like that too. when they listen.
Right.
Yes, they definitely don't need stronger products. Or sometimes also, especially, well, it applies to makeup, I believe skincare too. More expensive or ridiculously expensive does not mean more effective or efficient.
Exactly.
Like, sometimes for certain things, yes, absolutely, the price reflects the quality of the product. But not because something is more expensive, it means that it's gonna work better, absolutely, or something that's on the cheaper side.
I'm really glad that you brought that up because we were just talking about La Roche-Posay, sponsor us. So those cleansers are, so get I get the big bottle, what, $20, $25?
Yep.
There are cleansers out there on the market that range from $20 to $200, which blows my mind. But the $20 cleanser works just as great, if not better. Think about it. You're using a cleanser to wash off things on your face. As long as it does that, that's fine. Right. You want to spend the money on serums, active ingredients, moisturizers, and things like that.
Right, where you need the company to invest in the technology or the quality of the ingredients,
yes,
right?
And I tell you what, the amount of technology that is in skincare these days is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
There's a skincare company that's now using AI to develop. I'm telling you. Yes. Huh. And, you know, biohacking is now a thing.
Yes.
So
I've heard of that before.
We're reversing our age.
I saw a guy that does that. Like, that's his whole life is.
The Kardashians do it too.
Okay, there you go. Maybe, I don't want to go. I want to age and die at a certain point.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be around forever.
But yes, I've seen quite a few of those things. Interesting, very interesting.
Yes.
But and the technology keeps evolving too. Like, it's not stopping, you know. So.
Hey, and you know what? we are in an industry that AI cannot take our job.
Right.
So we're safe.
There's no AI that's gonna come and rub the moisturizer on your cheeks.
You just think about those hands.
Right. But yeah, so you guys, you have to take some accountability into the results that you get. And you know, again, if you need education, we are here. Clients need to be educated for sure. You guys need to be curious. There's a debate on how I say curious or curious, whatever. But you know, you have to be curious so you can learn. So you can learn and don't ruin your skin, you guys. Wear the SPF, just don't wear it for your headshots.
Right. That's the only exception.
And stick to whatever routine your esthetician gives you.
Yes.
Don't be a Lucrezia. I'm so bad at that, you guys.
She's a work in progress, but we all are. So, don't forget to follow us on our social medias.
Yes.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Turn on the bell notification thingy so you're notified of our new episode and you can come here and listen to us blabbing blah 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 for a while like we did today. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below the video. Don't forget to find us on Spotify as well, you guys. We are on there. We're evolving the same way that the beauty industry is evolving. We are also evolving along with it. It just, you know, it's taking a little bit, but okay, so we are gonna get ready for episode 3 that will be out followed next week, you guys. For now, thank you so much for watching us.
All right.
Bye.